Ooh, The Adam Project. Kind of a bullshit name for kind of a bullshit movie, to be honest with you. So what's this movie about? Well, it's about Ryan Reynolds being a fighter jet pilot from the year 2050, and he's got to travel back in time to the year 2022, today's time, to meet up with his younger 12-year-old self to try and stop some future happenings from transpiring and try and save the future. So we go on this ride with him and his younger self, who's played by this kid who does a really good job of portraying Ryan Reynolds' character, because this movie is pretty much the run-of-the-mill Ryan Reynolds movie, guys. This is a movie that, if you guys like watching Ryan Reynolds movies, because he pretty much plays the same character all the time, the slick-talking, Mr. Sexy character, you're going to enjoy this, because it's just exactly the same thing. It's just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds, much like The Rock is always The Rock in all of his movies. That's pretty much what we get here from Ryan Reynolds. He doesn't disappoint in that sense. We get 100% Ryan Reynolds in this movie. Slick-talking, fast-talking character. The kid they got to play Ryan Reynolds' younger 12-year-old self is almost identical to that. He does a really good job with the cadence and talking pattern. His speech pattern is really, really good and fast-paced, just like Ryan Reynolds. And they did a really good job of matching up the casting for that. I thought they did a really good job with that. And you get a couple laughs with this movie, guys. There's a couple times where I chuckled to myself. The jokes were kind of funny a couple times. But for the most part, this movie's kind of a swing and a miss. I wanted more futuristic elements. This is a movie about time travel. I wanted more futuristic elements in this movie. I wanted more action. The action we get is kind of hokey and kind of bullshit. The weapons they use are kind of cheesy and not that entertaining and not that interesting. Overall, this movie is just kind of a swing and a miss. They try and make it a really heartfelt, touching movie, a movie that tugs at your heartstrings, but it just kind of turns out to be cheesy, and you just kind of don't feel what they want you to feel from this movie. It just kind of felt weak, to be honest with you. It felt lame. It felt kind of boring. I checked my watch a couple times throughout, but I gotta be honest with you guys. If you have one of these bad boys, if you have an Oculus 2, watch it with the Oculus 2. It'll make the viewing experience so much better, guys. It'll make the viewing experience so much better. Just the fighter jet moments where he's in his fighter jet flying around, watching those viewing angles, it's awesome on the Oculus 2, and that's what really made it really entertaining for me, was watching it on the Oculus 2. That's what really made it for me. Without that, I think I would have been really bored. Because there's a moment in this movie also, the special effects were kind of bullshit as well. There's a moment in this movie where this woman visits her younger self, and her younger self looks so poorly constructed. The CGI of her face and everything just looks so poorly constructed. It looks so fake and so cheesy. It just kind of threw me off. I couldn't get over it. I couldn't get over that hump of how bad it looked. Just little moments like that throughout this movie that just kind of extract you from the viewing experience and kind of make you feel like, man, what is this movie I'm watching? It's kind of bullshit. And that's exactly what it is. But if you are a Ryan Reynolds fan, you love run-of-the-mill Ryan Reynolds performances, you're just fine with what he always delivers, this is a movie for you. I give this movie a creme de la out of a creme de la creme, or a silver rating. It was okay, it was entertaining. I had a couple moments I chuckled to myself, I thought they were funny. The action could have been a little bit better. The fighting could have been better. The futuristic development could have been a little bit better. It was kind of like they're trying to take futuristic elements and put them in 2022, today's time. And there isn't anything interesting going on in 2022 futuristic wise. There's nothing, we don't have any future tech going on here. So it wasn't that interesting. I wanted to see 2050, the year 2050. I wanted to see more elements of that happening. So we don't really get too much of that. And it's more of him and this little kid going around. Kind of felt kind of hokey. Kind of felt a little weak at the same time. I wasn't really feeling the viewing experience too much. But like I said, with the Oculus, it takes it up a notch. So I highly recommend you guys check it out with that. Otherwise, this is one you guys can definitely just skip. Let me know what you guys thought of this movie. If you've seen it, I'm curious to know what you guys think of this movie. Let me know in the comment section below. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more content and reviews. And I'll catch you on the next, according to Ash. Stay gold.